Hi, Martyn Toft, lower order right-handed batsman, enthusiastic fielder, and if the captain's very desperate, round the wicket, right-handed slow bowler.
Right, Tofty, cheers for joining us today. What first got you into cricket then?
It was probably when I was 6. I think my grandma went to Eastbourne, I think it was, on holiday, and she came back and she bought me a cricket set. So yeah, ever since then I was hooked. When I was a kid, I would always watch the Test cricket in the summer holidays with her, and yeah, ever since then I was kind of hooked.
And how did you end up at E-Town?
So back in 2018, we moved. Myself and my wife Katie and the kids, we moved on the estate across the road. I was always walking the dogs past here, and then we signed up my son Alex to the All Stars in 2019, and then I came to cricket nets in just before COVID 2020, and then it's kind of all really stemmed from there. Made my debut in 2020 as well, and then yeah, I've been part of the E-Town family, the ever-growing E-Town family ever since.
Yeah, and you've been ramping me ever since I joined the club as well.
Love to do that.
So, obviously, Martyn, your availability is not always great because you've got a busy business. Did you set yourself any personal goals for this season, and if so, did you meet them?
Yes, I did set myself some goals. I did meet them because last season, due to work commitments or being selected and it raining, I only played 3 times last year across the Saturday games and the LMS games. But I think this year I played 13 times. So yeah, I met the targets that I set, and yeah, really smashed them really. So yeah, pretty happy with how the season's gone. And yeah, roll on indoor nets.
I think I know what your answer's going to be here, but I'll ask the question anyway. What's been your most memorable moment on the field so far?
I've actually got 2, if that's all right. So probably from a personal perspective, I think it was back in 2022, and I think we were playing Prescott home in second, and when I came out to bat, I think we needed about 30 runs to win. I think we were like 6 wickets down. And I started batting and I developed a migraine. I don't think it helped that Shane Jones was making me run 3s as well. So yeah, I managed to hit a few 4s, and the migraine was getting worse and worse and worse. I'm thinking I'm going to have to retire here. Anyway, I think Shane got out and you came in, Dan. And then I hit the winning runs, a 4 from mid off, I think it was. And yeah, that was nice. You gave me the biggest bear hug ever. Again, that didn't help the migraine either. And I think it was good as well because the first team I think had won and come back. So coming off the pitch, that day was pretty special. Although I had to, it was just a case of get all my stuff in the bag and go home to help nurse the migraine. But that was good. And then probably the second thing was probably 2 years ago when I took to the field with my son Alex, who was 12 at the time. So yeah, that was a nice lad and dad moment, and he's flourished ever since. He must have played 20 games this year for E-Town under LMS and in the Saturday. He's 8'12", he's only 14, and he's just got better and better, and he'll only get better and better for himself and for E-Town. So yeah, one proud dad.
Yeah, well done to Alex for his season as well. So obviously, when you do play, obviously not always available. How do you prepare mentally and physically for a game? Any particular superstitions, rituals?
Well, obviously, I just make sure I've got everything in the bag. I just have these nightmares of turning up to a game like on the Wirral or in deepest Southport without whites and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure I've got all that stuff. Make sure I get that on time when the captain says when you need to be there. Make sure I've got a flapjack and a lucid. But yeah, other than that, no real superstitions. Just obviously when you're out there, encourage everyone. And yeah, try and be a team player. Try and do your best for the team.
Right, and one last question, Tofty. If you could have any cricketer, past or present, play for E-Town for one match, who would it be?
A bit left field really, but when I was growing up, it was there was a guy that played for Australia, former Australian captain Steve Waugh. Every time I used to watch him play against England, England would get a few wickets, and then Steve Waugh would come in and he'd dig in and he'd score runs, and he'd take their total many a time over 600. It didn't matter who he was batting with, whether it was the normal batsmen or the tailenders. He'd dig in, and you know, he was a quality batsman. So I'd say Steve Waugh.
I'm not so sure the Southporton District Cricket League is ready for Steve Waugh. Nice one, Toffee. Thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us on Meet the Players.
Yeah, pleasure.